do like the idea on Mondays, seeing if I can just take a little time. We'll sort of check in on the US dollar index itself, see if there's anything we can glean out of this. This is the weekly chart. So I suppose starting just up at the top, weekly MAs, trend appears to be down now. I don't know how long this will go. Somebody had commented recently about, oh, the US dollar's going to shit and it's over and all that. And I actually, even on Twitter and stuff, went out and said, this market looks like it's making higher highs and higher lows. It's just, we just went through like a 1.5, 2 year period where the US dollar was just absolutely on fire. So is this sustainable over time? I don't think so. If anything, we need to do things like 50% retracements, clean up the excess. And if you look at this volume profile, the way that I just happen to have it here, this is including this data, but we could even just go from here. I think you can make the argument that, just looking at this range, when we got up top here, you can see value, we were above value, and we didn't really see a lot of new buying coming in up top here. So if anything, had to come down and check value high, 2.618. So very normal technical. Are we accepting back into value? It kind of looks like it. Could we have a nice little dip down into bottom of reload zones? Brian's favorite fib, 4.669s. You can see where the Benkoff check is, way down here. And of course, there's the buck, all the way over there. Could we actually spend some time fill that in? It wouldn't surprise me. Is this a good place to short the US dollar? I don't think so. I think you're kind of late. M tops probably up here was probably if you were going to sell or short, or maybe even buy euros, that kind of thing. Coming in here, you're coming awful late to the party, I think. We're kind of thinking that we'd probably have a half decent I don't know. So the thing is we're coming into May already, right? And sell in May and walk away. I get the impression that probably over the next few months, we're probably going to be doing a lot of this kind of thing. And then as we sort of head into the fall, and into that showdown with Congress, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of a counter trend rally in the US dollar, which probably takes us back up into it if you really did want to short the US dollar. And then, like I said, the stock market sort of, and think Larry Williams, on the other side of this sort of showdown with Congress, and have they actually gotten in front of the inflation problems? Then we see the US dollar top out, and that sort of sets the stage for a big stock market rally and probably like European currency rallies and stuff like that. I would almost say, wicks and tails like to be eaten. That tail obviously looks like it's standing out. Maybe, it'd be interesting. We'll check in with David tomorrow. Maybe we do have a big head and shoulders top there forming. I don't know. That's a tough one. This high is higher than that shoulder high, so that should theoretically negate that debate. And this low is actually lower than that low. Is there a trade to be done on this US dollar index here today? No, I don't think so. I suppose kind of like Bitcoin, though. On the dailies, I wouldn't be surprised if you actually hear, we can almost see that this kind of looks like David O, right? He's going to say, there's your Adam, and there is your Eve. So if we do get a trade back up through this high on this daily chart, and then we could probably start thinking like range bound, and we probably have to go and play up against the top of value, fill in these gaps up here. And that would sort of be the sell in May and walk away kind of scenario. So maybe this takes a couple weeks to eventually pivot and turn through here, and then we start that rally back up top. So, and probably also too, if we did things like reload zones, you probably find that this area down in here is a reload zone. So this is actually very similar, yeah. So, and actually, look at that. There's a gap right there. There's Brian's favorite fib. And look how we stabbed into that level and then jackknifed away. We should actually close down here. Would give us a nice candle body down in this level. So maybe as we're sort of going through that process of topping out in the stock market, you find that, maybe this doesn't actually confirm. Because if we change this to a line chart, notice that this is just lower highs and lower lows. We still haven't really W'd out here yet. So Wouldn't be surprised if it looks something like that as we go through this. We're getting awfully close to May here, folks. Just be aware of that. And of course, typical sell in May and walk away. That would be for risk assets, equity. The exact opposite trade would be to be bullish of the US dollar, and everybody's just going to pile into T bills.